get to a question by Rad7 before we get to the main topic of the night. Shout out to Rad7, man. Like Lonzo said, that tax return must be looking good because you are being very generous tonight, but we really appreciate it. Seriously, real talk. And if anyone else is feeling generous, there's a little $sign, just smash it, and that helps keep it going. But Lonzo, with your house being the headquarter for LA hip hop, how did you keep the gang stuff calm and separated with people coming, recording, and going in and out? Great question, by the way, Rad7.
You know, even during that era, these guys had respect. Okay, Compton's Most Wanted, they from Tragnew. 8 was from Tragnew. Mike T from Inglewood Bloods. I've had 8 Trays. I've had 60s. I've had Inglewood family at the house. But everybody understood. I made sure everybody understood. We're not here for, only color we're here for is for green. If you can't understand that, take it someplace else. And you got to understand, when you were raised like I was, with grown men who set the house rules and you followed by them, and these guys, or the generation, they still had men in their lives that they understood they had to respect. If you want to be in my studio, I'm not charging you no money, man, but at least you got to respect it. And even Battlecat said that, man. One thing about Lonzo, I only got ripped off by one asshole, and I would leave guys in here with shit all the time. And one asshole got me, but we got him back. So I've never had a problem. I never had to break up a fight. I've never did none of that shit. I never had anybody pull up set tripping. I running the eve after dark. I knew how to deal with cats, and I cannot recall not one situation that at my house, I had to go out here and break cats up because they was fighting or they were hoop-banging on each other. Never happened.
And like you mentioned before, and maybe you can dive a little bit deeper into it, but despite what Straight Outta Compton showed, there was very little, if any, weed smoking, and N.W.A. weren't really drinking. There was no beer. Talk to us about that.
There was no drugs in the studio whatsoever. If there was drugs anywhere, it was in my house. Okay, that was the only time. And I never let them see me do anything. If I had company, whatever I did it I never did it in front of nobody. I always did it. I treated them like kids. In my eyes, they were all kids. In my generation, the kids didn't hang out with the grown folks. Yes, you could come to my house, you could visit, but when me and my friends were smoking, whatever we was doing, drinking, we didn't do it around them. They were not privy to that time. They had to be in the studio. And I didn't treat them like kids, but I treated them like they was my kids, and we're not buddies. We're cool, but we're not. I had a separation, and sometimes they didn't like it, but when I got record executives come by the house and hanging out, we talked about things that you might not understand. We did shit you might not understand. So I'm not trying to explain it to you. And it was simple as that. It was simple as that. I didn't get see a lot of alcohol until I got the Sound Control mob. Them motherfuckers drank. Them dudes drank. But even then, anybody got drunk.
Part of Sound Control mob. Remind us who's part of Sound
Control mob. That was Big Slip, who produced Compton's Most Wanted first album with Unknown. Mike T was a part of Sound Control. My boy
Posey, good looking out.
Yes, sir. I didn't see that. Where we at?
Marlon Koji just shot us 1999. Good looking out, brother. I'll get your question back.
Yeah, good looking out, Mark. Want to appreciate that, Doc. So yeah, they just drank. They drank 40 ounces. I'll take my trash cans out, and it sounded like I was going to the recycling center. Be so much glass in my garbage cans. They just be clanging. But even then, nobody ever tripped. Big Rockin' Tom, he was another brother. Chuck D. Everybody you saw on the Compton compilation, most of the guys from Compton compilation, except for a couple of them, were all from Sound Control Mob. If you look at the album, it says Sound Control Mob.
Good looking out, Marlon. He says, yo, Unc, throughout your career, when did you develop the trusting factor? Who to trust and who not to trust? Sorry, I will miss you in SAC next week.
You know what? Here goes some shit that y'all, my man told me a long time ago. A person that can't trust can't be trusted. A person that can't trust can't be trusted. Okay? And
I don't trust nobody. I don't trust the muff. That's the nigga you gotta watch.
Watch that nigga right there, okay? He told you he ain't shit. Okay? See, 9 times when somebody tell you something like that, 9 times out of 10, he gonna get you if he can. So that's what he figured. He figured everybody think like him. He figures folks think like him, and if he can't be trusted, if I can't trust you, because I can't be trusted. I know me, and I'm gonna impose my thoughts upon you. And once you hear that, once you understand that, then you know what you're working with. And I had a lot of guys, and even the guys that was around here, I had guys who would not let nobody mess over me because I gave somebody. If you was thinking about no, nigga, not him. No. I've always had brothers like that around me, whether it was Eve After Dark, Dudo, Studio. Hey, nigga, don't bring that bullshit over here, man. No. This is our spot. That dude, his brother gave us a spot to do this. You can't bring it over here, man. Most of the time, folks would check fools for me. If anybody did flare up, somebody else would check them. Why I even got to it? Well, I hear about it later on, man. Homeboy tried to trip. We checked his ass down. You get another a chance to do something. Nigga, I'm not letting him fuck that up. And that was the attitude, man. That was always the attitude.
I love that. Great questions, guys. Keep them coming. Let's move on to something I wanted to discuss, Lonzo, for the bulk of the show. We're going to take a deep dive into it. Unfortunately, we lost another rapper, a rapper by the name of Get Money, Lil Ronnie. And I had a chance to listen to some of his music. Once again, never heard about him until his life was taken away. But I checked out 5 videos, and each one had 1 million, 2 million, 2.7 million views. So he was kind of a known guy down in Fort Worth, Texas. But his life was taken away from him at a Dallas-Fort Worth car wash. Now, we talk about rappers all the time losing their lives, but this one is a little bit different because sadly, his 5-year-old daughter was in the car and she got it also. She was hit, and him and his daughter are no longer here. Talk to me before we even take a deep dive into Alonzo. When you hear the story, you might have already heard it. It's pretty viral. What are your general thoughts?
Whoever did something like that need to rot their fucking ass in hell.